In this one-hour hunting spectacular, we follow Bob Maguire's video production team as they film fair chase hunts from the harsh Arctic ice pack to the serene Mississippi Delta. A total of 12 different successful hunts will be shown, climaxing with the paralyzing death charge of a wounded polar bear. Several of the hunts took place in Mississippi, where we now join the action. Cameraman Chris Oswalt, a Mississippi native, is filming bow hunter Hank Hearn at Willow Point Bow Hunting Camp near Vicksburg.
And we're going to see if we can't get us one.
Chris, here she comes. Chris, here she comes. Are you rolling? She's spine shot. I ate a second arrow, but spine shot deer need another one. She's done. I ate a second arrow, but spine shot deer need another one. Man, did she drop.
We now travel north along the Mississippi River, where Bob Maguire joins gun hunter Tommy Vesey for a deer hunt, using some very special whitetail scent. The liquid scent deposited by Tommy Vesey was developed by Bob Maguire and is a synthetic equivalent of doe urine, a very special urine of a white-tailed doe just before she comes into heat. The scent trail was established alongside the woods and across any existing deer trails so that deer would follow along to the scent post instead of feeding directly into the field. The deer are not confined or baited and have been hunted for several weeks during the regular gun season. It was some 30 minutes later when the buck arrived. Along he came, following the ground scent to the scent post. The buck took a prolonged interest in the scent post until Bob Maguire, behind the camera, gave this hunter a green light to shoot. Watch carefully on the split screen and you can see the buck's interest in the exact locations where the hunter had previously deposited scent or changed directions walking. The large tree in the background will serve as a landmark. Maguire's favorite calling adventure came after several unsuccessful attempts at hunting a large cornfield at the base of a mountain ridge. These bucks were filmed alongside a power line high atop the ridge early during the bow season. Following a typical misadventure, Maguire had left Altizer at this location to scout, pattern, and set up for another filming effort. Allen spent 5 days on stand at this camera location, looking through binoculars and planning strategy. Finally, he set tree stands for himself and Maguire at a location he had watched several bucks pass through as they emerged from the corn. And now it all comes together.
Yep. Lots of traffic down this valley. Check this track out. Hey, that creek down there doesn't hurt either. As dry as it's been, it won't have water.
The video has a slight blue cast, as Maguire had white balanced his camera without color filters in order to allow filming in low light conditions. Some of the vocalizations are made by Maguire from behind the camera, and some of the sounds are made by Altizer on his twin-tube deer call. The buck initially appeared in the company of several does, but apparently favored one. The does wanted no part of the large decoy, but it definitely held the buck's interest. Watch for the buck's responses as he looks toward the fleeing does, then back at the decoy.
I see him.
Hard shot.
Was it?
Yeah.
It took Maguire nearly 30 minutes to untangle his camera equipment and lower it to Altizer. They both knew the big buck was down some 100 yards away, but neither hunter had approached it. This is the actual recovery.
Oh, big deer. Oh, man. There. Game tracker stayed in all the way. I just broke it, but it's not bad.
I'd say.
Nice buck. Heavy.
All right, I'm ready when you are. There he is, Chris. You see him? Right straight out in front of us, about 75 yards.
Good job, Hank.
He done it just right, didn't he?
Just right. You called that shot.
Another successful hunt on town.
We now join cameraman Mark Hull, filming veteran turkey hunter Hollis Purviance at Halpino Hunting Club, managed by Terra Wildlife near Vicksburg, Mississippi. Hollis has appeared in several Bob Maguire hunting videos and is about to enter a calling contest against some very stiff competition. Listen carefully for the distant sounds of yelping hen turkeys as Hollis is about to call a boss gobbler away from some wild hens.
Got it.
We now join Bob Maguire filming biologist Bill Tomlinson during the Mississippi muzzleloader deer season. An accomplished hunter, Bill is president of Wildlife Technical Services and is recognized as one of the top consulting biologists in America. Maguire is about to film Tomlinson harvesting a nice buck at the V.C. Smith Hunting Club near Vicksburg. The deer on this property have benefited from several years of quality herd management under an intensive plan developed by Tomlinson. Slowly, ever slowly, the buck fed in a direction which would lead him into a sight window for the hunter, but not for the camera. Maguire bobbled the heavy camera as he strained to see Tomlinson. Again, Maguire's whistle was a signal to Tomlinson that the camera was on target and rolling. What this hunter wanted was a clean kill. No brush, no branches, no blunders. As before, the soft whistle was Maguire's signal to shoot. Black powder smoke rolled by the camera as Maguire searched for the buck through his viewfinder. The deer had stepped into view of the shooter, but was obscured from the camera at that critical instant. Striking at the base of the neck, the bullet had passed through and shattered the buck's far shoulder. Flying dirt evidenced the deer's location. The buck tumbled out of the woods as Maguire zoomed his camera back to Tomlinson. In addition to their premier line of hunting videos, Bob Maguire Productions develops their own specialized underwater equipment, which allows filming actual strike scenes.
She's recording. Follow it down.
Summertime on Lake Ontario.
Drop it.
With over 400 feet of water below the fragile
Ready.
camera, trailing a Southport Slammer spoon about 5 feet behind.
Okay.
The spectacular footage you're watching was filmed by an unattended video camera suspended 25 feet below the surface on a downrigger.
Looks good.
Much was learned, and many strikes were never detected on the surface. Finally, this coho salmon streaked up and instantly slammed into the lure before spinning around to devour it.
Get it, Bob!
Looking in slow motion, you can see that the salmon hit the lure viciously with mouth closed, perhaps to stun its prey. When striking the second time, it instantly released the line from the camera and was ultimately landed by Maguire.
Oh, look at that slammer. Never thought I'd see a more beautiful sight. Oh, yeah! He's got to be on, got to be on camera. We had to pick that fish up underwater.
Let's get to that tree, we'll kill him. Might be a big one.
We join Bob Maguire again with bow hunter Bob Long in the mountains of New Mexico in pursuit of trophy elk. Watch carefully at the teamwork between the hunters and guide as Bob Long's mewing elk sounds made the bull believe there was a cow to be picked up for his harem. At just the right moment, guide Robbie Richards will bugle from a position some 50 yards behind the hunters and draw the bull past for a perfect heart shot.
I see. Good going, Bob. Great shot. Get him again. Get him again.
After the shot, loud bugles stopped the bull in his tracks,
Good going, Bob.
allowing a
Great
second
shot.
arrow.
Get him again. Get him again. Good going.
Difficult to see, the second arrow trimmed neck hair as the bull ducked below it.
Good going.
At nearly 100 yards, the third arrow was close enough to send the elk crashing away, where it died about 200 yards downhill. Quebec Labrador caribou. We now join Bob Maguire and Bob Folkrod on a Quebec caribou hunt. This island was a stopover point as the migration crossed the river. The two hunters shared the load equally, with Maguire carrying the camera pack and Folkrod carrying the bows and the day pack. Soon, they even reversed roles, with Folkrod filming Maguire's hunt. Folkrod had now grabbed the camera and handed a bow to Maguire.
That one right there.
The two Bobs were now joined together, with Folkrod stretching the camera cable at full length from Maguire's recorder pack.
Yep.
The first arrow was dead on target until the big bull raced away from it. The second arrow, held well in front of the caribou, seemed to float forever until it arrived at an exact spot behind the shoulder.
Oh, good shot. Good shot. Hold on. I'm 50 yards. You're gonna go down. Hold still. Don't push him. I got that feet, Bob. I swear.
52 yards at a moving target. Maguire held 6 feet in front of the big bull for a perfect shot.
He's going down. There he goes.
Maguire's first caribou was down for the count. In this segment, we travel far north in pursuit of dangerous game. Maguire's longtime hunting partner, Jack Lake, will attempt to stalk an Alaskan black bear. Springtime in Alaska. A lone bow hunter will attempt to sneak within 10 yards of a feeding bear. Ultimately, a special calling technique will be used to bring the bear in for a clean kill shot.
I see.
Jack was now moving through deep, muddy sand. The hunter was now losing ground as the bear was actually feeding away at a faster speed than Jack could stalk through the slurpy muck.
I'm gonna try to call.
He's just suspicious. He's circling behind me.
The midday heat was now causing a direct updraft. With no detectable breeze, Jack's scent was apparently not detected by the circling bear.
Oh, I hope you got the camera rolling, because here he comes.
Finally, after 30 minutes of waiting, the bear suddenly reappeared. Once again, the hunter was not detected in his leafy camo.
Nice bear. Bob, did you get it?
This was Jack's first Alaskan black bear and his second bear entry into the Pope and Young record book.
Great job. Oh, my head.
I didn't think I got clear through, and clear was sticking that far down in the muck. Upload.
Oh, God.
That bear walked out on me, and all I could say is, I hope you got the camera up. But
Oh, barely was able to get it up.
I didn't know what else to do. I kept looking down. I knew you were over it, and I thought you was, but I didn't have any other choice.
Tell
I was
me.
gonna take that bear.
Did
I mean,
you
he came
get
out
your
on top
camera
of
bow
me.
going?
No, the battery went down on it. I had no time. I would not have turned that camera bow on.
Okay.
That bear came out so fast. This thing is a little noisy.
Did you get any footage at all
on
going
the
down?
way in? Oh yeah, on a stalk.
Came out through here someplace, didn't he?
Right here's my arrow.
Good
Squirted
job.
through him like melted butter, buddy. Three blade.
Looking good. Back in the old quiver, huh?
I can shoot that one again. Just put some more blade. Okay, my bear went up through here.
Yeah. Loads of blood right here. We have been able to employ every hunting technique that bow hunters dream of here. Calling, stalking, patterning. You look at the bears, you pick out the bear that you really want to make an effort on, and you single them out and have good chance of killing them.
That's right.
That's
Real
different,
good.
buddy.
Real good.
This is some kind of place.
Perhaps the least understood dangerous game for bow hunters is the giant Alaskan moose. Maguire actually filmed his own moose kill scene with a camera mounted directly on his bow. There's a strange and lonely feeling when an isolated bow hunter faces an animal as large and aggressive as a moose without any backup support. After grunting and thrashing for nearly an hour, Maguire had finally convinced the moose to look for him. At full draw for some 30 seconds, Bob let down when the bull failed to step clear. Bob was now positioned for his shot at full draw and waiting. In slow motion, you can watch the arrow launch from Bob's bow and fly true on course, entering right behind the shoulder. The broadhead penetrated both lungs.
I got no batteries, Bob.
In anything?
Nothing. I got
Running to the raft, Bob and Jack combined video equipment, and Bob connected his recorder to Jack's camera just in time to film the bull going down, about 100 yards downriver. Without a doubt, the most dangerous North American big game animal is the polar bear. Afraid of nothing, this ferocious predator considers all living land creatures to be food, including man. Having pursued this bear on dog sled for about 4 hours, the hunters had stumbled onto it as it lay in ambush within an ice pressure ridge.
60 yards twice. I'll try to close the gap up if I can, Bob.
The bear had started to charge, then dropped down to eat snow. The action was over before Maguire could unpack his camera from the cumbersome pack. Bob Maguire is now filming veteran bow hunter Bob Folkrod, about to release an arrow at the giant bear. The arrow flew true, burying deep behind the bear's shoulder before being pulled out by the bear. The story could well have ended here. Folkrod had delivered a mortal wound to the giant predator. It was the ethic of bow hunting which demanded an approach. Folkrod would circle around the bear and approach from behind. Another arrow, properly placed, would terminate the tenacious bear instantly. This footage documents a near tragedy, as Maguire believed he was filming the death of his good friend, Bob Folkrod. A miraculous shot by Eskimo guide Joe Nestor, 80 yards at a running target. Until Folkrod turned around, he believed the bear was still in pursuit, as the sounds of a rolling bear closely resemble the sounds of a running bear. Folkrod believed he was about to die. You're about to witness the first slow-motion whitetail kill scene ever filmed with broadcast video equipment actually attached to a bow. Maguire is filming with a special slow-motion camera head mounted on the bow, connected to a high-quality video deck, secured in a 50-pound backpack. This Mississippi whitetail doe is offering Bob an opportunity to demonstrate high-performance arrow flight. Now, in slow motion, you can see the arrow twisting slowly as it flies some 40 yards at about 250 feet per second and enters just behind the shoulder. Watch for the arrow to be kicked free as the doe accelerates. The deer ran about 60 yards and piled up in the tall weeds.
I think he's been past 8:15 yet. You haven't heard the blazer fire up, have you? They may be into something on the soybean field. We might as well give them a little longer. I think we'll probably leave your back end when they get out. Take mine.
We join Bob Maguire back at Willow Point Hunting Club, bow hunting for Mississippi whitetail. Willow Point guide Hank Hearn has patterned a nice buck, and Maguire is in position to kill it.
I think buck on my right. Buck right below me. Mark.
Maguire's camera is equipped with a high-speed shutter and will give a crisp picture when played back in slow motion. Having looked back at Mark as the buck approached, Bob realized that Mark was not aware of how close the buck was. The yellow spot superimposed on the video picture shows where the arrow would have hit had Bob released. Maguire could easily have killed the buck here, but chose to wait until the last possible moment, hoping Mark could get his camera on target. Bob has now selected the last available shooting lane before the buck's vitals disappear into the branches. Sighting through a hole in the branches, Bob waits for the buck to move into position. Bob fell out against his safety belt when he released, but got back on target to film the buck racing across the willow flat. Two minutes worth of decisions in only 4 seconds. Looking again at normal speed, the difficulty of this kill shot becomes apparent.